Hey guys, this is welcome back to Confusing Bits. I am Corey, and today we're going to talk about Stormfront by Jim Butcher. This is the first book in the Dresden Files series. I don't know if you watched the television show. I think they only had like one season or something like that. But this is the book series that was based off of. I forget how large this series is, but it's a substantial number of books. I want to say it's over a dozen. But yeah. So it's a well loved series. So I decided last year that I was going to buy a bunch of I forgot one section. We almost forgot. I didn't. Too long. Didn't watch. Should you? Should you read this book? It's a good book. I like it. I recommend it. If you're looking for kind of a what's the like detective, kind of like the noir, the film noir kind of detective, the down on his luck detective kind of stories and stuff like that. This is very much that, but like Harry Potter. So it's this nice. You take like the old detective shows or whatever, like trying to think. You know what I'm talking. The film noir kind of like the black and white detective shows or whatever. It's very much that, but it also has wizards and demons and stuff like that. So it's an interesting take. It's well written. I really like it. It was thoroughly enjoyable read. I would highly recommend it. So all right, if you're still interested, just continue watching. I gotta find a better transition for that. In case you don't know, we do all of these videos off the cuff because I ain't got no time to be writing no script. We don't make money from this. I got better things to do than spend 20 hours making a book review. Anyway. I picked up this book along with a whole bunch of other books where I decided, because I was like on this like kick of where I was just reading like nonfiction all the time and everything. And I was like, well, let's just get a whole bunch of series that I hear people talking about, especially things that I think I might be interested in. So I picked up quite a few series of things that I already knew I already enjoyed in other films. So like I got the Game of Thrones series. So I got Dresden Files. I got the Expanse because I all loved those shows. I figured I'd like the books as well, and indeed that is the case. I'm very glad I picked this up. I don't know if I should. By some accounts, the series kind of, at the very, very end, it kind of lowers in quality. To be fair, I only heard one reviewer talking about that, but I've heard there was only one reviewer that said it kind of lowered in quality near the end. But I've heard plenty of other people saying this is well worth the read. This series is, and you can read this book as a one-off. It's not. It does set up a world and everything. It doesn't set up this huge cast of characters. It's not like, I don't know, the Wheel of Time where you've got like a dozen different characters like right off the bat. You've just got a couple of characters. It's kind of a somewhat contained story. I would say probably like half a dozen, maybe less than that, half a dozen characters, and really only like two or three characters that are really kind of drive the story. So it's very contained. It's very easy to follow. It's a fairly short book, as you can see. It's not like this huge tome and everything. I really enjoyed it. Let's do the spiel, shall we? Yeah. So, Held is a great series, fast-paced, vividly realized, and with a hero narrator who's excellent company. The novels of the Dresden Files have become synonymous with action-packed urban fantasy and non-stop fun. Stormfront, Jim Butcher's first novel, introduced his most famous and popular character, Harry Dresden, Wizard. Lost items found, paranormal investigations, consulting advice, reasonable rates, no love potions, endless purses, or other entertainment. Dresden Files is best at what he does. Harry Dresden is best at what he does. Well, technically, he's the only at what he does. So when Chicago PD has a case that transcends mortal creativity or capability, they come to him for answers. For the everyday world is actually full of strange and magical things, and most of them don't play well with humans. And those that do, they enjoy playing with humans far too much, like a cat with a mouse. That's where Harry comes in, because it takes a wizard to catch, well, whatever the hell it is he has to catch. There's just one problem. Business, to put it lightly, stinks. So when the police bring him in to consult on a grisly double murder committed with the blackest of magic, Harry's eyes light up with dollar signs. But where there's black magic, there's black mage, and now that Black Mage knows Harry's name, and things are about to get very interesting. Magic, you can get a guy killed. It's so great. It's really great. Like, it really leans into the kind of kitschiness or whatever. All of the tropes and stuff of, like, this is the down on the luck detective. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he's definitely down on the luck detective. He's not incompetent, but he's very much, all the stuff is stacked up against him. There's nothing goes right. Everything is always going wrong. It's not like a zany going wrong. It's like it just goes wrong, you know? Nothing good happens. I mean, it's not sad or anything, but it's not tragic. But it's very much plays up that whole hard luck detective kind of thing, and it's great. He's got people ragging on him, you know, getting on his case and stuff about things, and he's trying to do the right thing, but he's got to make money, and it's really great. If you haven't seen the TV show, obviously watch the TV show, but if you just want a good fun romp, and it's very much it kind of like the spiel mentioned, it's very much kind of like Harry Potter. So it's like set in the real world, right? In a world very much like ours, in this world, a version of our world, but it's kind of like I'm not going to say this is exactly the same, but there's magic and demons and stuff like that, but regular folk don't really come across it. They don't see it or whatever. They don't recognize it, or most of the stuff is hidden from them, kind of like the muggles are like oblivious to everything. It's not spelled out that everyday people are oblivious to everything, but that's just how it works out, right? In Harry Potter, the muggles literally can't see the magic or whatever, you know, because they can't see, you know, magic. So there's like that explanation or whatever. They never really explain why regular people haven't caught on in the book, at least so far. But it doesn't matter. It's very much in that same vein where things are afoot, going on every day, right up under everybody's, you know, regular normal folks' noses, and occasionally things happen, and they need to bring in a wizard. Dresden is a private investigator, basically, right? But he's a wizard private investigator. So he and the rest of the wizarding world is not happy that he's literally has help wanted ads. So that's literally his help wanted was mentioned here. Harry Dresden, wizard, you know. Lost items found, paranormal investigations, consulting advice, reasonable prices, no love potions, endless purses, or other entertainment. That's literally like he's on his actual card, you know. He's got a sign, he's got a place of business and stuff, and people are not happy about that. So yeah, it's just a fun book. I very much, even if you don't want to read the rest of the series, this is the great entry. You can just read it as a one-off, and if it doesn't suit your fancy, you're not like left on a cliffhanger where you don't get to hear the rest of the story. There's a contained story in here that it doesn't. Obviously, I was left wanting for more. I will definitely be continuing this series, but obviously, if it's something different, you're not making this huge commitment. You're not wasting your time being left with like a television series that doesn't end right. It's not like this. You can just read the book, and the book will just be a self-contained story. Anyway, I said that like 5 times. So definitely highly recommend the book. I will definitely be continuing, and funny aside, I went to go order the next book because I've already ordered all the rest of the next books. Went to go order it, and I had to get it on pearl paperback because, like, whenever I went to order the hardback, because I like hardbacks as my trophy, they didn't have hardback available. The hardbacks cost like $200, $300, $400 used. Apparently, it's been out of print for a really long time, which I find like astounding. I'm like, how's it out of print? This is like one of the most recommended series that people recommend. Like, if you want to get into sci-fi or fantasy, this is one of the most highly recommended ones. I can't believe the hardback of the second book. I can imagine if it was like book 10 or 24 or something like that, maybe, but this is the second book in the series, and so I was a little odd that they don't even have a printing for the second book. Like, this is a new book. They're printing the book 1 but not book 2. Makes me kind of wonder, is book 2 really bad? And I'm just not in the loop or something. But anyway, we got the next book. We'll be continuing. Just don't blindly click the buy on Amazon. If you get to the second book, don't just blindly click buy, because you may be buying a $400 book and you may not notice. I don't know about you. I don't always look at the prices for things that I don't expect to be. I almost bought it. And like, when I go to click it, but the only thing that really kind of tipped me off was you have to click the extra button. You can't just do the buy now, and you have to click the extra button to see all options. And so I opened up all options, and I saw a whole bunch of lists. I'm like, it's like $300 for a book. What's going on here? So anyway, at first I thought maybe they were out of stock or whatever, but I started Googling around, and apparently they don't have the book. Anyway. So yeah, I will definitely be continuing with this book next week. You should see me talk about Lost in Math by Sabina Hassenfelder, a physicist. She's talking about theories of everything and how physics has gone astray. Yeah, how beauty leads physics astray. Good book. So you'll see that next week. And until then, toodaloo.